In 2027, ladies and gentlemen, let us vote for competence. Let us vote for character. Not a school forger, not a drug baron, not a corrupt person. Believe me, if you go to INEC and you look at the president's form, primary school, nil. Secondary school, nil. Then university graduate. How? How? This is what is presently in the file of INEC of our current president. How?
I don't know if you are aware that INEC has published Peter Obi, Atiku and Bola Tinubu's credentials, their education background, right? Now, first let us look at Peter Obi. I'm not going to talk about Atiku. I just want to make the comparison between Peter Obi and Tinubu, and you already know why I'm doing that. Now let us look at Peter Obi. As you can see it on your screen, primary school attended, clearly stated. Secondary school attended, clearly stated. University attended in Nigeria, clearly stated. We don't even want to talk about the other ones he attended overseas. Let's just talk about the basic ones here. Our own, Nigeria, all clearly stated, correct? Now let's go to Tinubu. Primary school, stricken out, not stated. Secondary school, stricken out, not stated. University, BSc. Now, this is the character that you want me to join you and foolishly support and follow because it's Yoruba like me. People don't have shame. Meanwhile, in 2022, the document submitted to INEC in 2022, this man stated primary school, he stated secondary school, then he stated university, Chicago State University, USA. Fast forward to 2026, he no longer has a primary school nor secondary school attended. Boom, BSc, university. This is the biggest of all fraud I have seen in the history of Nigeria politics. And it is a shame to see people who are educated, who actually went to school, university professors, old men, to see clergymen who claim they were mathematicians when they were in school. You see people who went to school defending this kind of character. You are defending this, you are shamelessly look at the character you are defending. Look at the kind of character you are defending. And this is the person you want me to join you to support, or to join you to campaign for, or to join you to vote for. No, bro, mo ní tìjú now. Wọ́n bí mi dá, mo tún ra mi bí, wọ́n kọ́ mi, mo tún ra mi kọ́. I was well born, well bred, well brought up. I cannot for tribal sake or for sake of anything I want to get, then I will go and dent my father's name, dent my family's image to join you to support this kind of character. People don't have shame.
All right, what is trending? The President of the Federal Republic, INEC, have finally published the certificate of all the candidates, their credentials, and it is obvious that Nigeria have a president that never attended a primary school, neither did he attend a secondary school. Even the university is unknown. That's the sample you are seeing there. Look at the place where I circled. That is primary school nil, secondary school nil. Then higher, they said BAC. The higher has no name. Chicago University disappear. King's College disappear. As somebody is defending this. Well, this is not strange. Before the 2023 general election, we saw Festus Keyamo admitting it before the world that Bola Tinubu did not go to school. And in his word then, great men don't have to go to school in those days to pass WAEC. You forgot when Keyamo said that, right? Let me take you memory back. Just watch the video before I continue.
In those days, great men today, they wrote GC from home. Not everybody in those days went to the four walls of the schools or secondary schools. I'll mention names. One of the greatest lawyers this country has ever produced, that has the best university today, Afe Babalola. He did not get formal education in the four walls of the school. Afe Babalola. Right. Great men all over the world. So it is a virtue, not a vice. I want to tell you that. So that's done and dusted. Next one.
The controversies are on ending because
I'm resolving them one by one. I'm resolving them one by one. You are not playing it all. I'm giving you answers.
We're having a conversation.
No, but you're not playing it all.
Really.
Because people, let me tell you people just take stories out of social media and regurgitate them on networks like this. Regurgitating on social media.
We're not talking about social media reports.
No, but it's not social media.
In 1999, when he was running, the certificates that he dropped and right now, and the forms that he did submit right now to run for president, the certificates, there's discrepancy there that has been noticed.
Chicago State University.
That wasn't submitted in 1999.
Which one did he submit?
Where's the primary?
I just explained that to you now.
You're confirming to us that he didn't go to a primary school. Is that what you're saying?
He did not reveal it. But I'm just telling you that he did not reveal it. But I'm telling you that in those days, you don't have to go. You don't have to. They read and pass GC from home. Great men do.
And secondary school?
Great men. Yeah, that's secondary school. That's GC now.
Yeah.
Yes, they pass it from home.
Okay. But they pass it from home?
Yes, okay. Great men do. Okay. And it's a part of it. In fact, it is one of the virtues that you used to know great men. So that they read.
That they don't go to school.
That they read from home. They read and dug in and burned the midnight oil from home.
Okay.
So that was Festus Keyamo speaking before the 2023 general election. He had earlier told us that Tinubu didn't attend primary school. He did not attend any secondary school. And he attended a university that is still undisclosed. I thought they said this man is a graduate of Chicago State University. They cannot even disclose it. See, first and foremost, Festus Keyamo, senior advocate of nonsense, because the SAN that they awarded you is not the senior advocate of Nigeria that is normal that we know. Where on earth can you prove that somebody who did not attend primary school, did not attend secondary school, wrote GCE from home and passed? Who marked the GCE? Where is the result? No, let us assume he wrote GCE from home. He was able to write GCE without being taught. That great man. This Festus Keyamo, I swear, you are a very stupid man. In which competent court where criminals are not the judges like what we have in Nigeria can you prove this? And please say, my fellow Nigerians, as for those idiots that have recently told me that Obi have third class, that is not academically as qualified as Tinubu, I hope you've seen this. We can see your Tinubu's first class now, right? Your candidate have no primary school, no secondary school. Now, Festus Keyamo, when God will punish, I'm not hiding my face. See, let's assume it was Peter Obi that had half of this garbage. I believe INEC, the police, the DSS would know what to do, right? And the INEC, the Nigerian police, and the Department of State Security, shame on you. I pour you all speed. Pour. How can a candidate like this be qualified to run for the highest office in the land as the president? Now, there is something criminative here. There is a reason why the schools are not being declared now. Before, we are told that he attended King's College, and King's College come into existence after the date he said he attended the school. Now, we all know the controversy surrounding Chicago State University. Now, they are giving us a blank certificate. Blank. This is the highest insult on Nigerian people. The DSS, the police in the same country would be questioning somebody. There is a case of forgery here. There is the reason why they are not able to present a certificate. I can tell you they have. Even the one they forged, they presented before. Why can't they present it now? And this same DSS, this same shameless DSS, you are prosecuting Showore. Not even prosecuting, you are persecuting Showore, dragging him here and there for calling Tinubu a criminal. If this is not an act of criminal, how do you explain to a sane human being that somebody who did not attend primary school, who did not attend secondary school, and got an admission into the university, which is still unknown because they just said BHC. Now this person is qualified to run for the highest seat in the country? No, somebody should help me make this make sense. we have a country with things like this happening, and somebody will still come out in the name of tribe to defend this. It not go better for that. It will never be well with any of you pushing this problem upon Nigeria. What now qualifies Tinubu for running in the office of the president? For running for the office of the president? No, what? I'm not even assuming now say it is Peter Obi or Showore or Atiku Abubakar that doesn't have a certificate. It would have been a different story. APC and lack of certificate. They were laughing at my state governor that had D7 parallel. At least my state governor has a WAEC proof, has a proof of WAEC, and the school he attended can be verified. Tinubu, look at it, the place I'm circled there. Just take a look. Primary school nil, blank. Secondary school blank. Higher institution, they just wrote higher, BSc, no name. Hey! And this man, some idiot will tell you he will win the election come 2027. Well, it's up to Nigerians anyway. And as for Festus Keyamo, to have sat to defend this in 2023, knowing that you are supposed to be a lawyer, if a case like this is being presented to you in court, how would you pass a judgment if you were not a member of the APC? No, Festus Keyamo, I'm asking you, as all of you that knows what is wrong in Nigeria, you know the wrong going on and you are all backing it because you are part of it. Your end, the end of you guys, for as many that you are that are involved in this, your end will be terrible. When you fall down with stroke or diabetes, you will suffer for more than 10 years of your life before you finally get into hell. If I thought there is a place like hell.
What kind of a country is this? Therefore, let us vote for the future. My dear young Nigerians, the future of our country will not be decided only in Aso Rock. It will not be decided only in party headquarters. It will not be decided only in television studios or on social media. It will be decided in our communities. It will be decided in our schools. It will be decided in our workplaces. It will be decided in our polling units. Above all, it will be decided by ordinary Nigerians who refuse to surrender their future to fear, manipulation, or despair. This retreat must not end with inspiring speeches, beautiful photographs, and good intentions. It must become the beginning of a national movement. A national movement to change this government, to drive APC out of power, to drive Bola Tinubu out of office and send him back to the world. A movement that educates, a movement that organizes, a movement that unites, a movement that inspires, a movement that protects democracy, and a movement that reminds Nigerians that public office is a sacred trust, not a private inheritance. To our political leaders across all parties, I say this respectfully. Young Nigerians are not merely a voting population to be remembered every 4 years. They are citizens to be respected, partners to be engaged, leaders to be developed. The future custodians of our republic are seated here today. Open the doors of leadership to them. Trust them with responsibility. Reward competence above loyalty. Reward integrity above patronage. Create opportunities that allow them to fulfill their enormous potential. To the young Nigerians gathered here today, I leave you with this challenge. Do not merely demand a better Nigeria. Become the generation that builds it. Do not merely criticize bad leadership. Prepare yourselves to provide good leadership. Do not merely ask what Nigeria can become. Ask what history will say about your generation. History presents every generation with a defining moment. This is your own. This is yours. Years from now, your children will ask where you stood when Nigeria stood at crossroads. They will ask whether you accepted hopelessness as your destiny or not. Whether you watched from the sidelines while others decided your future. They will ask, or whether you stood up peacefully, organized responsibly, voted courageously, and helped change the cause of your nation. My generation has carried the baton this far. Today, with confidence and hope, I place the baton in your hands. Carry it with courage, as I have done over the years. Carry it with discipline. Carry it with integrity. Carry it with patriotism. Build a Nigeria where talent triumphs over tribe, where competence triumphs over connections, where justice triumphs over injustice, where triumphs over despair, where every child can dream without fear, where every young person can succeed through hard work, where every citizen can once again believe that government exists to serve the people. The task before us is great, but the Nigerian spirit is greater. The road ahead may not be easy, but no great nation was ever built by people who surrender to despair. None. My dear young Nigerians, the future is not something we inherit. The future is something we build ourselves. Let history record that when Nigeria called, your generation answered. Let history remember that when democracy was tested, your generation defended it. Let history remember that when hope seemed to fade, your generation restored it. Let history remember that together we rebuilt the promise of Nigeria. Nigeria does not need another miracle. Nigeria needs courageous leadership, active citizenship, and a generation determined to make this nation work. I believe that generation is here. Here. Together, let us rise. Together, let us rebuild. Together, let us renew the promise of our great nation. Future leaders of this country, God bless the Rise of Nigeria movement. God bless the Nigerian youth, and God bless the Federal Republic.
Good day to our viewers all over the world, and welcome back to Local Journal. If not that Nigeria is deeply rooted in corruption and have this penchant for appointing the wrong people into governance because of what they stand to benefit, then this man should not even be the president. We can see what is even happening now. The result they uploaded on the INEC portal yesterday, his dates and secondary school, primary school results are not there. Meanwhile, other candidates have their own uploaded with the year and everything stated there. And this is the person we have as our president there. We can see how everybody is shading him. This is like a public ridicule to the image of the country, but people wouldn't know. They will think that it's all fun and it's all something we need to like kind of downplay. The people supporting this administration, they are doing it out of ignorance, and some are doing it intentionally because of what they stand to benefit. But you don't know what the public damage is doing to Nigerians, the public damage is doing to yourself, whom might want to travel to other countries tomorrow. The reason why Nigerians are no longer trusted and not respected in so many countries globally today is owing to a public reputation. And if they want to assert your public reputation globally and internationally, they look at the reputation of your president, because he is the #1 person in that country. And with this controversy surrounding his results, surrounding his education, and surrounding his drug related stuff, of course, there is no president or there is no country in the world that would have made this man their president without having clarity on this. There was no clarity on this, but because he said it is his turn and it is his turn to rule, Nigerians decided to give him power. He rigged his way and found his way into the top echelon, and now he is the president and he's doing everything to ensure that he comes back for a re-election. They are the ones in power now. Of course, if probably maybe they want to temper or forge anything, they know Nigerians are smarter. They would have forged and replaced it, or probably maybe they would have doctored a certificate to put into his file and to upload it. But of course, they know that there is no way they can do that, because Nigerians will definitely find out, and that's the reason why they had to leave it like that. Is this not disgraceful enough to find reason? But the zombies that are supporting him, and this people, the supporters base who are gullible, who feel they'll support him regardless of his reputation, regardless of anything he does, they can keep on supporting him. One thing I like about this whole thing is that bad governance knows no tribe, it knows no religion. Everybody is facing the heat currently because the country is showing everybody pepper, and when that time comes that is going to show us pepper again, we'll all be in this together, and hopefully we that are speaking out and speaking the truth will not be part of it, because God will always find his way of blessing and helping his own children. That is just what I feel and what I think. If you like, keep on supporting what is not good and keep on doing it because it's your person and because it's from your tribe. It's not going to pay anyone if it turns out to be bad. Of course, we've tested him already and we see that he's performed woefully. If it's like 2023, you had an argument to say, okay, he developed Lagos and like he did a little bit in Lagos and let's give him the chance. He was given the chance. If 4 years is not enough for someone to make a difference, is it 8 years that is going to make a difference? Someone who is going to make a difference 8 years, what has he started in these 4 years that he has ruled now? That will give us a clear about what Nigeria is going to be after leaving or after doing his two tenure, which 2 8-year 2 tenure. There is no evidence on ground that this man is going to change anything. The country is going from worse to worse. He is one of the pioneers of the previous government that killed this country, that destroyed this country, that ruined this country, and he also attested to the fact that the previous administration and his government are one, and is a government of continuity. He is a government of continuity, and this same party and their government destroyed Nigeria or brought Nigeria to the state it is today, ruins that we are facing today as country. Then of course, what is he? Is he going to salvage the situation? This man means no good for this country. Look at what he said when the Catholic priest visited him 3 days or 2 days ago. Look at the ego in his word when they told him that Nigerians were suffering and that there's hunger in the land. As the president of the nation, are you not supposed to give them words of affirmation and words of consolation to tell them that see, people are working on it, you understand the situation on ground, be empathetic towards your people, not like speaking like someone who is an emperor. He spoke out of pride and was like, there've been hunger in the land before he became the president, and it's going to continue like that. So what effort are you making as the president to, do you feel the hunger common men feel on the streets? You don't. And the people around you, the people surrounding you, they are lying to you and you believe them and you think they are doing you good and they are doing you because you would want to. Your praise singers and people who want to tell you, who tells you what you want to hear are the people you listen to. People who tell you the reality and who tells you the truth. People like that you don't really want to see around you, and that is the problem people have. Until you start listening to the cry of the common man and the cry of real Nigerians, that is when you know that you've goofed a lot and there is no going back on Nigeria's quest to remove you as a president come 2027. We know that it's been perfected in so many ways to ensure that you come back through hook or crook whatsoever. But the thing is this, provided we have a living God, we serve a living God, and Nigerians do their own part and come out and vote, of course there is no way for you and there is no way out for you. That is just it. This whole public reputation damage cannot continue again, and Nigerians cannot continue bearing the brunt of the decision of some of these uncalled short people who call themselves the APC of that, or be this disgruntled element that are just hell-bent on destroying this country, regardless of their whether they are ignorant or what they stand to benefit. At this point, all Nigerians need to put all hands on deck to ensure that we vote the right person come 2027, because this is no longer making any sense again. This is shameful to the nation, disgraceful to the country, and it's reek of disgrace in all its entirety. That's just what I have to say. Drop what you think about this in the comment section, and if today is your first time to visit the channel, please kindly like, share and subscribe to